Inside the NBA on TNT. Ernie Johnson. Ernie, are you ready for some questions?
No.
Too bad. We'll do them anyway.
Good.
So obviously it's the 3rd-year anniversary of Inside the NBA. So what has been your favorite one?
It would be impossible to narrow it all, to one, because on a nightly basis there are so many things that happen on that show. But I think the ability of everybody on the show to be able to laugh at themselves and not feel like they're above being made fun of if they deserve it makes it all happen. So, locking Charles out of the studio because he doesn't have a championship ring is one of my favorites. He and Kenny having a diaper changing contest is great. Shaq falling out of the studio and falling out of the set and ripping out the monitor is a good one. Me running over Kenny in the parking lot when he tried to duplicate Kobe Bryant's shoe commercial. All of those things rank in the top 5, I guess.
Okay. What are you most excited for this season, not only for the NBA, but also the show?
Well, I think it's going to be really fun and a little bit nostalgic for us to be able to look back at 30 years, because in the course of the season, we're going to bring back clips or bring back episodes that we've had. And it gives you pause, because you think back and say, man, this has gone by in a blink. It's 30 years, but it's gone by so quickly. A lot of the stuff seems like yesterday. And then, as far as the basketball itself, I think it's one of the most wide open seasons we've ever had, because you don't have a team that you're looking at and saying, okay, unless something crazy happens, they're the champions. Right now, you're looking at anybody out there could win it.
All right. And what do you have? What advice do you have for future sports broadcasters or hosts that want to, possibly do a job like yours?
Well, you know what? My father was a broadcaster for years and years and years. Did the Atlanta Braves, was a pitcher for the Milwaukee Braves back in the 50s. And his advice to me was always the best I've ever gotten. He just said, be yourself. Because if you try to create some TV persona and you're a different person here than you are when you're on the air, people see through that, and you feel like you have to go and put on some kind of a performance when you're on the air. So basically, the guy you see doing the games on the studio show on TNT is the same guy who is going to the grocery store to pick up a gallon of milk. That this is who I am, and I think that was it's a very basic advice, but it's the best advice my dad ever gave me.
All right, last question. So I read your first book. I loved it. Do you have plans for another one?
You know what? I can say I do want to write another one. I don't know what form that's going to take, because I love reading novels. I love the way great authors tell stories and develop characters, and I read that with a fascination, and I'm like, I want to be able to do that when I have the time to do it. When I wrote Unscripted, it was really there was a specific purpose there, was to kind of shed some light on a family story that had been brought out by an ESPN E60 feature, and kind of just to talk about all the things beyond sports that matter to me. But yeah, there'll be another book. It's in there somewhere. I have to get it from there onto the computer screen or the paper. But I appreciate the kind words on that, man, because I love hearing from folks who were impacted in some way by the book.
All right, thank you for your time.
It's my pleasure.